Tonight we're seeing Deborah Granik's Winter's Bone. I think that it's going to be a revelation to a lot of you because I think, especially young people, have not seen terribly much about people that are really, really poor. You've seen a lot about poor people. That's one of the issues in films today. But I think you haven't been visiting areas in which people were chronically poor and they suffer from all of the pains and the sorrows that poor people suffer from that we really don't have much contact with. So, like in this film, it's shot on location in the Ozarks Mountains. We know a little bit about the Ozarks in a kind of very polished film series called The Ozarks. But we really don't know what it's like to go back into the hinterland, back into the forests, and to see what a scrabbled life these people have to live without money. A lot of them don't even want government help. But this isn't a political film. It's a very personal film that deals with family. It deals with betrayal. It deals with ambitions. It follows the story of a 17-year-old girl who basically has enormous guts. She is one of the great heroines in film literature. I think it's an extraordinary performance. The actress Jennifer Lawrence became quite famous with this film. It put her on the map, and she has become a very, very popular and fine actress since. But this was the first time she was given her chance. And I think that will be very interesting to you. But also to just visit the houses and the places these people live in. The location director went to a lot of trouble. They actually, filmed locations that are real. They found all real places to have the film take part in. And I think you'll be kind of amazed at the clusters of buildings, the houses, the outdoors. All of that is very, very authentic and real. I think also you should keep an eye out for some of the scenes in the film are fabulously edited. And one of them is a cattle auction that is very exciting and really just the sound, the editing, the quick cuts, they're very, very well done. But it's the story, I think, that is going to affect you so much. It is not a pretty story. And the climax of the film is enormously emotional. I warn you to sort of put on your emotional armor to be able to watch it. But I think by going through this experience, it will sober you about the history of the country in a way that other films do not do. I think it will explain a little bit about many of the things we're trying to help, the programs that are put into motion to actually alleviate the pain in this part of the country. So I would say the film is also a horror tale. It's basically a horror story that takes its time. It's very kind of. It's not as slow as many of the films that we show, but it does take its time. It is not flashy. Otherwise, it really builds a lot of details into the faces of the people. These faces are extremely hard, filled with pain, filled with disappointment. And I think that you should look at them really thoroughly because they are faces that reflect the really hard life that people have. There's also some comment about the place of women in this society and how the women somehow try to fix things and have incredible control over the men, except that it doesn't look like it on the first time you see it, you think, oh my God, these oppressed women. But in the end, you realize the women are the strongest characters in this landscape. They are left to pick up the pieces of the men who are acting out their pain in all sorts of spectacularly theatrical ways. So I think, as long as you are prepared, I do not think the film will be damaging to you. But you should realize there's some incredible violence in the film, and it leaves you, interestingly enough, a little bit hopeful. But the rest of it is a really gritty ride. So get yourself ready and settle in and be open to experiencing this marvelous film.